Hey, what's going on, fam? Once again, welcome back to Unfiltered Garage, where Ozzy and Abner go ham talking crazy. Glad to have you back for another episode. Today, we're going to have a great one, really interesting. We all have families, so it applies to everyone. Hey, by the way, if you're enjoying our content, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up, like, and drop us a comment. Let us know.
What's going on, buddy? How are you? Doing good, man. Doing good. Another week that was skipped. Today we were supposed to release last week or something like that, but life gets in the way. We're being really busy. That's for sure.
Yes, that
That's for
is
sure.
100%.
And today, I think today's episode is called Family Affair. It have nothing to do with Cosa Nostra, mafia, or anything like that, or a cartel.
Not
It's
at all.
more about how we do this thing. And the motivation behind is that last Friday or last week ago, so today that I was at a clubhouse and it's a clubhouse of a traditional MC. We were just discussing. There's a club that there is a group of guys that they are on their way to become. They're working towards becoming an RC and becoming an MC, and they do the steps. And they were just sharing with us the challenges of bringing people over. And we're just kind of laughing because everybody goes through those challenges. I mean, it's at the very beginning you want every single person that approaches your organization to be like the founders. That's not going to happen. The founders are the founders, and nobody works like the founders, and that is that's the reality. But what is important is, that decency, they do something particular. Say, hey, no, before we vetted people, we try to see if they are good family members. And I was like, yeah, develop that a little bit. So say, yeah, they hang around to dinner, lunch, whatever is the case. It's just one or two brothers with their spouses, with the ladies, and they just invite. They hang around and his wife and kids to this dinner to see the family dynamics, to see if, is this a family that we want to be part of it? Do we want for them to be part of our family as well? And I found it really interesting because this is a traditional MC. They are not a Christian MC. And to certain extent, we do something similar. We do something very close in my organization. And I know this that you know that I serve with my family, and whether it's in church or motorcycle club, motorcycle ministry at least. I used to serve with my wife. Now she's not part of the club anymore. But she's not part of the club. She was never part of the club when I switched to a club. Nonetheless, I try to have them around. I think it's important. I think it's part of and I see a lot of brothers, full patch brothers that are Christians that they keep things separate. This is my family life. This is my club life. This is my ministry life. This is my wife because it's motorcycle. I don't bring her to this. I don't bring the kids around. The kids don't know what I do. And I think it's I see it pretty often, by the way. And I honestly I do not know how I would do that. And it's challenging. For us, it's challenging. A, B, there is no better way for you to gauge a person than to know how his family dynamics are, right? Like, I mean, he can lie all that he wants, but the kids won't lie and the wife won't lie. I'll tell you, if there is tension in the environment, if she doesn't have a nice face when he is in there, doesn't mean that she despises the club. She might despise him in the club. She might despise him. She might not like the idea of him being part of the club because he's something else that he's not gonna do, or something else that he's not that is going to take and is as an excuse not to be around. You don't know what it is. Well, family dynamics certainly they are kind of like a good thermometer of how good as a brother that person could be, right? So just wanna
Yeah,
just wanna help you with that.
it talks a lot about the character of the person, how their family, like you were saying, how they act and how they behave. You can, like you were saying, you can try to mask a lot of things, but when it comes to how people interact, that's going to be, you can kind of tell when it's natural, when it's not natural. If there is any resentment, yeah, you can pick up on that stuff. So definitely, I think that's a great idea. And the truth is that I think that doing what we do doesn't really matter what kind of an organization you're a part of, be it an MC, an MM, a motorcycle association, whatever type of organization, you are going to be dedicating and investing a lot of your time. You are going to be spending time with other people. And when you spend time with other people, those personalities, they sometimes rub off, and all of these things are going to affect your family life. So I think it's super important that people, they kind of, as much as they can, attach their family to the whole process. That way they can have some input also in the fact of what it's like, because sometimes when men or women join an organization, they might change a little bit. They might become a little bit more like their environment, and we want to make sure that everybody is
On the
is
same page.
happy. They're on the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
page,
they're
right?
on the
Because
same page.
we join these organizations to grow as men and women. We join so that we can be of service to others. And if it starts bringing static at the home, it's never a good thing.
No, absolutely. So listen, we have a couple points in here that we want to develop, right? And we're just gonna go over, like you guys know we do all the time. But we're gonna have an honest conversation, and hopefully this encourage someone to bridge the gap between your family and your club and your family and your ministry. Because it's like not bringing your family to church. Like, no, I'm Christian, but I don't bring my family to church. I mean, and I get it. Like, there's a lot of people that don't bring their family to church because their family don't want to go to church. And there's no like you can just go ahead and get a refund and just find a new family. You have to work with what you have. But this is not the case. We're talking about the people that already go to church and you want to keep your club life private. Mind you,
I
let
think
me go ahead.
go ahead. No, no, I think that by and large, everybody's proud of their family. I mean, you should feel proud of your family. You should feel a sense
Charles Manson
of
was so proud of his family.
who?
Charles Manson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. But yeah, we love our families and we want to share the good things that we enjoy with our family. So why not allow and kind of, like you were saying, bridge that gap, bring them in, present them, let them be a part of the process, and that way, you guys can enjoy it as a family. Not that everybody has to participate, but they can also kind of like go along with you in that journey. I think that's
Let,
one of
let,
the
let, let me make a
best things that
caveat.
you can do.
Let me make a parenthesis in here. I do enjoy hanging around with my wife when I'm in the club. I'm just
Uh,
right
be
with her.
careful, brother.
But,
Be careful. Be,
but this is the thing. I don't let her know all the rides and everything that we do because I absolutely love riding solo. I love not having a passenger.
hey man, I can tell you, I'm pretty sure that she likes letting you ride solo. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that she likes
yeah,
taking a
yeah,
break from
yeah.
time to time. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
no,
golden.
so
My wife
yeah.
doesn't like to ride at all.
She doesn't like to ride, yeah. But
At all.
for the most part, in my club, all the ladies love riding. They actually enjoy riding. So what I do is just say, hey, babe, we're gonna be going here. But just let me know because you know how it is. I need to put the tour pack. Do the whole thing, the
Yes.
helmet, and I kind of like a paint an ugly picture. It's gonna be hot. Uh,
Yes.
200 degrees.
I think she picks up on that.
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, our relationship is already like hey, summer, I change the seat and Tupac is out, so we're not
Well,
riding.
nobody really likes to ride in summer.
I Yeah, exactly. So I do actually, but anyhow. So listen, why family matters in brotherhood, and this is the first point that I just wanna bring in, right? So it contributes to honesty and wholeness, right? It is difficult. It is difficult for you, and especially if you're married and already, it is difficult for you to be a two face when your family is around.
Mm.
Meaning, if when you are just with your brother, you are one person, but then when your family comes around, you are a different person. Man, that is a lie that you won't be able to sustain much longer. And it keeps you accountable, keeps you honest, man. It keeps you honest, it keeps you whole, it keeps you. That is called integrity. Integrity, it is the definition of integrity is the same person that you are at church, being the same person that you are with the motorcycle club, and being the same person that you are at home. So if you are with your motorcycle club, and I'm not talking about Christian motorcycle club, regular motorcycle club, and you're just cursing left and right, and you're playing the tough guy, but at home you are something different, you know. That you're pretending, dude. You're pretending, and your brothers want for you to join the MC. They don't want for the pretending you to join the MC, right? So they don't want the fake you. They want the real you. So if the real you has a is not that tough guy that you're presenting, is not the bravado that you're presenting, man, be the guy. But your family, having your family around, keep you honest, bring a lot of honesty to it. Brings a lot of, hey man, and this is who I am. This is who I am at home. This is who I'm supposed to be here. I despise the people that when the kids are around, they're trying to steal their bravado. I just see the kids like that. What's wrong with you? Mom told you
Mm,
not to, that you cannot go here, and you picked up on that really, really quick.
yeah. No, listen, I think that we've talked about this ad nauseum. Be who you are. Being somebody else never works. It's like the old adage. If you never tell a lie, you never have to remember what you said. And if you're never, disingenuous with your personality and your character, you never have to work at being who you are. And your family knows who you are.
Hmm.
I like the fact that, listen, you may reach an organization and maybe you have some work to do on yourself. And uh, I like to believe that our ministry, our organization, perhaps yours too, most of the organizations that are founded upon Christian, God fearing principles, by and large, will help you improve on your areas of improvement, to be redundant.
Hmm.
We will help you grow. That's our mission. Our mission is to continue growing in our walk with Christ, even as we walk together. At church, we call it when we do life together. Hopefully, the idea is that we will improve. Why not have your family present as you strive to be a better father, a better husband? And I don't think that there should be any shame to anybody's game if they recognize that, they realize it, and they are open with it. And yeah, you know what? Maybe I was kind of lacking in this area, but I am going to work on it. And my brothers, my friends, my tribe is going to help me with this. And I want you guys to help me. And your family can also help you be accountable at home, just the way you have your brothers to keep you accountable when you ride together. But if you guys go at it all together, I think that's a win win. And that only happens when you allow your family into that space
Into that
when you are
environment,
ready.
yeah.
Yes, of course, by all means. That's what I think. I truly believe that.
So listen, so something else that and this is that we put in here in the notes is that unity. So a brother that is constantly away from home, that is constantly missing, and is a constantly you're writing every single. You're writing Thursday. I mean, so we write on Thursdays. We write sometimes on Mondays or Tuesdays for. Then we write over the weekends, and during the weekends we have events on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. It's a lot of writing. Someone that is just constantly out of the home environment is someone that is not contributing to the home environment, and it create a divide.
Mm,
You drive a wedge between you and your family, and that wedge is called MC. It's called motorcycle ministry. It's called whatever is the organization. It becomes a wedge that is driving you away from your families. But nothing more beautiful, also, that if you're a Christian, part of a Christian organization, motorcycle organization, man, this is serving God together with your family, and it's beautiful, you know. And it's a beautiful environment to do ministry together as a couple. It is a really loud message when you bring your wife around. So, but most definitely unity, man. I think it's one of the factors that honestly unity, it creates unity. It closes the divide that a motorcycle organization might cause, because let's be honest, we don't ride for a thing. You know, second, we ride super expensive motorcycles, and that alone is, okay, this is an expensive hobby. Adding to that, that you have to, you're away from home. There's so many factors. So yeah, how do you feel
yeah,
about
you know what? You hit right on the nail on something. Being in any type of organization, organization, ministry, motorcycle club, whatever, you name it, fill in the blank, like always. It's an investment. It's time that you are spending. You invest your time. It's a sacrifice. However, if you're doing it all the time and there's no opportunities to bring your family with you to enjoy that time, well, really what you're doing is you're shortchanging them. And I always urge the following, if you have, we all have obligations, make sure that your family obligations is on a higher part of the hierarchy. We always talk about how our organization works, which is it's God, family, church, work, then our ministry. We have to invest time in all of those, right? All of the above, we invest our time. And yes, we will have our family at our church. Hopefully, you're doing church together. Work, you do that pretty much alone. And then if you have the opportunity to bring your family along when you can, when it's appropriate, when it's a good opportunity, by all means do so. In my household, my wife is not part of my ministry. She supports me in ministry, but she always finds time when I have an event when we are going to serve, and I am diligent in kind of reminding her, hey babe, we're gonna be grilling. I would really like for you and our daughter to come along. We could really use your help. Would you be willing? Would you be able? She does, and it's a blast. And it just really, like you say, it enhances the whole experience. The amount of time that we spend doing what we do, it takes away, but we can always find a way to give back and do it together. And that is the win. That is the goal. Like you were saying, it brings the unity and it gives them an opportunity to really see what we do. So many people, they do this alone. They go at it solo dolo. And then, there's always an opportunity for for the random thought. Well, is he really doing ministry or is he just hanging out? Is he just having a party, just out there riding and enjoying
Mm-hmm,
life
mm-hmm,
while I'm here at the house, I'm with the kids, or I've got these other obligations.
mm-hmm.
And you know what? We have to be very wise and very, very understanding that when we are doing ministry or we are investing time in anything that will, in any shape, way, or form, expand the kingdom of heaven, the enemy will try to throw a monkey wrench and start sowing seeds of
Absolutely,
doubt
absolutely.
into the minds and hearts
That's
of
pretty
our
wise, bro.
partners.
That's pretty
So
wise.
bring them along. Make sure that
Yeah.
they are
Be accountable
very
to them.
clear. Of course, the accountability goes every which way. And these opportunities to come along, hey, I want you guys to see, come along. And it's not just to see, to participate. I know for certain that every time my daughter or my wife goes, they come back realizing, yo, man, it's a lot of work you put in. Grilling is not easy. You get to it all day at the grill and smoke, and you come back smelling like cheeseburgers and hot dogs. And we do this out of love, out of service. They get to see that and experience it firsthand. We are united in the understanding that we do this for service because we love our community and we want to serve them. Doing
And
that is a huge win.
and I'm it's kind of like switching to the next topics, a set of topics. It is not only a benefit for the relationship, and it's not only a benefit for you. It's also a huge benefit for them. And listen, when my wife, she used to be part of your organization, right? So she was a pretty active member of the organization, or an active member of the organization. But when I switched to an MC, she was no longer part of that, and
Mm,
we spent some time while we were trying to. She said it right the other day. She said you didn't join an MC, you helped build one, and which is the Miami chapter is different. But while we're doing that building, she was not active with us, but she's now. And I can tell you that she's no longer on the sidelines, and I absolutely love the fact that she go hits clubhouses with me, man, and they ask her for prayer. Wherever we have an event and somebody needs prayer, they go straight to her, and she sees that opportunity. It is beautiful, and it's beautiful for her also to see what I do, and what we do and why how we do it, and also for my kids. I don't know if you remember when we were going to the dealership for some reason. I don't remember. It was a Saturday, and Valentina, my oldest one, she showed up with some um, cupcakes or brownies. It was with
yeah.
brownies, and she brought a bunch of brownies, and she started giving away the brownies. The kids, they need to be involved in that. So I would argue that some of the benefits for the wife, man, is that they get to find a place and they get to minister to a community, which is a motorcycle community, that most of the pastors don't want in their churches, and this is, but at the same time, it's the most genuine community that I have ever had the opportunity to work with. They're just straight up, genuine. Good hearts, great people, big smiles, big hugs. That this is the community that we have the privilege to serve. And you know, if you bring your wife around, and I promise you, it's gonna be a power couple, because a lot of people don't, you know, it is the real pandemic in America is divorce, so
Oh
not a
yeah,
lot of people see that.
yeah. No, no, that is absolutely right. And like you were saying, I think that when you have the opportunity to serve together, it brings you together as a family, and that's primary. That's a main thing. That's if our organizations are not making us better husbands, better men, better fathers, then truly we need to find better hobbies, better avenues, better ways to invest our time. It's important that we have a purpose, but that has to be one of our main takeaways. I'm a better person because of what I do and because of how I spend my time away from my family. It's got to
Absolutely.
benefit the family.
I heard you're joining a pickleball club. It's Christian pickleball. No, no. Okay, so that's for her. Hey, dude, Proverbs 22:6 says the following: Train up a child in the way that in the way that he or she should go, and when he or she is old, he will not depart from it. And this is awesome, man, because one of the things that I absolutely love about my family dynamics is that this is a family affair, literally, and we get to serve together. Last year in the backpack events, my kids were sweating and they were just so grumpy, but they were there putting tables, serving serving food, passing backpacks, and they were not mad at the conditions. They were mad because they were just fighting with each other, which is ladies. But man, they were serving God, and for us, it's family first. Serving God is a family first. Serving others is a family first. Generosity is a family first. That's who we are. That's how we decided we're gonna be as a family, and absolutely love that. So it is a humongous benefit when you bring your kids around as well. I seen Roxana flipping burgers. Now, so let me give you a background on Roxana. Roxana has the most beautiful put together hair. And when I see her flipping burgers, all that I think is, oh my God, her head is gonna smell like grease. And she does it with a smile, man. And
Yes,
you
yes,
see her
yes.
there. She does it with a smile. She does it with a lot of love, and man, and it's beautiful. And your kid is not a baby anymore. Your kid is an adult.
Yeah, she's an adult. She's an adult. And but you know what? I think that you've said it very clearly. She has been because this is we're serving now I've served in the motorcycle ministry. They serve alongside me when they can. They support me 1000%. But this is like you said, ever since we've been a family, we've been serving. We've served all the time. This is what's most important for people to understand. You join an organization, that's fine, that's awesome. You have to have a servant's heart to be able to be effective in any type of organization, ministry, anything that is going to be of service. You have to have a servant's heart. If you don't have a servant's heart, pray for one. Because when you have a servant's heart, then you will see the benefit. You won't see it as only just a sacrifice. You won't see it as I have to do it because it's a requirement for the organization. It's a mandatory event. I have to. No, you want to. You love it. You revel and you just really you can't wait for another opportunity to serve. That's when you have a servant's heart. And my daughter and my wife, they both have servant's heart. They're always willing and what a blessing. But that is not something that is just, it's not an overnight thing. This is something that we develop and that we work on. It's a skill. It's something that we pray for. And that's something that I would highly encourage. If you have a family, do it together, serve together. So we have a couple of great examples in our lives. Pastor Steve Alessi and his wife, Mary Alessi. They've done such a phenomenal job with their kids. They have a wonderful podcast. I'm gonna plug it, the Family Business Podcast. If you can, look it up. You're gonna love it. that family is a great example of how a family can serve together and how their children will not only serve, but they will be a part of an integral part of the whole organization. It becomes a unit. And that's a beautiful thing. That's an example for us. Greg Warner, one of my brothers, he serves in his parking lot with his
Hmm.
family. All his family is part of that organization. They go to church together, they serve together, and it's grueling. To be in a parking lot serving is not an easy thing. You're out there, it's not in the AC, you're out there under the sun, under the rain, and they do it, but they do it together with love. And that is a huge win. So just to mention, and I highly encourage, if you're watching this episode, think about a family that maybe you know that they do ministry or they serve together in any aspect. It doesn't have to be only at church. Maybe they're into dogs. They like to volunteer at the, but
I love
you
that you
see,
said that.
yeah, yeah, because there are families that do that. I wanna, and I don't have any research with me, but I will find it. I will look it up. Families that do things together, that serve together. I'm not a betting man, but I would very, very securely be confident that the statistics will show that they will be, by and large, be happier. They will be a closer unit, a
It is
stronger unit.
it is, and I similar to you, I can tell you that in moments where we have seen a dividing X or Y, God has been good to us, and serving has gathered us together. We serve together in kids ministry as a family, the four of us for 5 years, and when we switched to the new. But we always been serving together, man. Evangelism in the street, right? Like preaching the gospel in the street, passing water, passing tracts, whatever it was the case, man. Together as a family. And my kids, they do not know anything else but serving God. Similar to Roxana, you see the fruits, right?
Yeah,
Right, similar to Roxana. So shout out to Roxana,
for
by the
sure.
way. Yeah.
Hit that
So
like button. Hit that like button.
so listen, we need to invite her to an episode. I don't know about what, but we need to invite her. So listen,
Baking.
that is the part that is we're telling you the beautiful things and the benefits of it. But now let's
Yeah.
switch some gears. What happens if you don't do that? So you know what's gonna happen if you don't do so, right? So what happens when your family is left out? Because that's what it feels. You left them out of that. I compare this to the man that prays, and I'm praying to God and praying, God bless me. I mean, I'm not praying for you to bless my family. I'm praying for you to bless me. Don't bless my family. And
Mm.
when we do not involve them in the ministry side of it, I'm not telling you that you need to bring your wife to church. God knows that that's not the case. I'm not telling you that you need to bring your wife to football night, to Monday football night. That's not what I'm telling you. The ministry side of it, and if this is a Christian organization you belong to, I'm praying and I'm hoping that it has a minister side of it involved in. But what happens if you don't do so, right? So you're gonna create your patch is gonna be a wedge. I already said that. It's going
Mm.
to create a huge divide, it's going to create a gap, and it's going to create some division. Have you seen that happening, buddy? Have you experienced something like that? Do you want to share
Oh
a little
yeah.
bit with us?
No, no, no. This is not something that is in a vacuum. This doesn't happen only in MCs. It happens in any and every organization where people forget that when you have a family, it's a team, it's a unit, and there's no I in team. So if you're trying to do this and you wanna have something just for you, and it's highly in a compartment, right? And you're trying to do
Mm.
it in a vacuum, it's not gonna work. You're going to create havoc and you are going to end up failing. When I say failing, it doesn't mean that you might leave the ministry. You won't be as effective. You will have problems and you will have issues. Your family will resent you. Your kids will resent you. There's nothing like, abandoning a family while you're still in the household. That can happen and it happens all the time.
It happens all the
And
time.
and 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 this is the product of our own doing many times because we want to go at it alone. We feel the need to be able to have our space. Now, mind you, I like that you said something really important and you mentioned church. I'll clarify when Ozzy said, don't bring your wife to church. We're not talking about where we
Yes.
go to praise
Thank
God.
you, buddy.
He's talking
Thank you, buddy.
about his meetings with his tribe, right? That's what they call church. However, in our organization, yeah, if we have a chapter meeting, non-members are not welcome, but that's the business side of it. But when we have events,
Exactly.
everybody's welcome. Families welcome. We highly recommend that you take the time. We've already said why it works. Why it doesn't work is because of the problems that arise because you purposefully want to be alone. And listen, we all know the value of being with your tribe, men only. Let's call it men only. We have something similar to that. We get together, we do our counseling. That's awesome. We all understand that that is a sacred space for manly conversations and just to be together. We also know that there's going to be opportunities for families, right? For family time, as we also know that they may have a girls' time. They will have times for the ladies to get together. Everybody has a time. The Bible says that there's a time for everything.
Ecclesiastes, absolutely.
Just just be wise about it and use that time. So for your man time, for your family time, the ladies for their lady times, and even the youth and even the youngsters, they have their moments. Let's be wise and just be in the right spot in the right time. If you try to be selfish about it and you just want to do you, you're going to end up having a situation. And many times all these problems could have been avoided if you would have been wiser, you would have been more open to sharing. They say something at schools with the kids, sharing is caring. Well, then care for your wife,
For
care
your
for
wife,
your kids,
for your kids.
and share your time. Share your time.
Yeah, I mean, and
Definitely, that's very sad when that happens.
thank you for clarifying the thing with the.
Church, yeah, people be thinking that you go to church alone and say, "Where's your wife?" No, I don't bring her to church.
And that's something that we call club widows and club orphans,
Yeah,
and many
you
meaning,
mentioned about the golf widows.
the
You
wolf widow, yeah.
had that problem. You had that problem with the golf. Tell us about that, or repeat it because some people may not have heard it. They might not have heard it.
So yeah, no, it was a season of my life where I was playing golf all day every day, and I got a golf membership at a club, and in my mind it was okay because when I was playing golf 5 6 hours, and, because it takes an hour just to warm up, it takes an hour to take. It's a long game. It's a pretty long game. And not only, I had the membership, and I was just thinking that. Oh, she's in the spa. She's just having a great time in the spa with the girls. They're in the swimming pool. So, oh, she doesn't want in the spa. She wants me. She wants us, right? So, and it happens the same with I mean, we have come to the conclusion that when I say I'm gonna be out halfway, what I meant is 12 hours. And when she says, "How long are you gonna be
Wow.
gone?" Because that's what it is, Amner. That's what it is. Like, let's be realistic. You'll see you and I were gonna be riding on Monday. You'll see the time that we come home. I
Yeah.
mean, we're gonna try to make it back, but it's just that, it's just that it traffics is, it's motorcycles. You say, hey man, let's go for a cafecito. It's not that is, and I try to be like this. I try to be like this. You know that, but it's just you create widows, and what happened is that when you create widows, a club widow or a club orphans, then you're no longer needed in the house. They learn how to live life without you. Your position at home, which is leadership, your position is no longer needed. They took over, right? So now you have a single mom and single kids, leading, raising the kids because you are not present. So as that's the yeah,
Let me say something. There's nothing sad. I don't think that there's anything sadder than hearing from your family, "We don't need you. We
Yes,
don't need you. We've learned to not miss you because you're never around." That is very painful,
it
and
is.
that is the reality of so many people. Your family will learn, and they will get used to doing life
Got it.
without you. And that's a very dangerous place because that's only a slip of the pen away from saying, yeah, you're going to be paying this much in child support, you're going to be paying this much in alimony.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
listen, I don't want you to think that I would be more worried about paying alimony or having somebody to pay child support. That's the least of your worries. The fact is that you no longer have the family that you had, the treasure that the Lord deposited in your hands. Because don't ever get this twisted. Your wife and your kids are a gift from above. They're for you to care for, protect, and serve. If you fail at that, then I dare to say that you have failed as a man.
I'm paying
So
attention, just looking for something.
no, no, no. And this is huge because what I was saying earlier, our organizations, one of the goals is to make you a better husband, a better father, a better man, a better Christian, a better follower of Christ, right? We should be our walk with the Lord should be improving. And we should be, because the time that we spend together, we say that iron sharpens iron, and so one man sharpens another. That is one of the byproducts of our types of organization because we serve the Lord. And it would be a huge failure if, as men, we fall short in
Yeah.
our at our homes because we've dedicated so much time to sharpening somebody else. So just pay
That
attention.
I did this tattoo, Brody. I don't know if you can see it. It's two arrows and represent my two daughters, and it has the girl name in here. And it comes from Psalms 127:4, which is like arrows in the hand of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put on to shame when they contend with their opponents in court. When you are not at home, your quiver,
Mm,
you might have arrows, but they're not in your quiver,
mm,
and you cannot direct your. So I did this one like this. So when I lift my hands in worship, I'm lifting my kids, directing my kids to heaven. That was the whole idea behind. But I need to be present. And we have discussed this so many times. I need to be present. So listen, how about we challenge people here? Let's challenge people here. So I want to challenge. I want to challenge the men. I had an issue that Anna, she when I moved to an MC, she wouldn't understand the MC culture. My wife, that I'm, you can go back to the episode that we discussed. She
yeah.
wouldn't understand that culture. So it was and I'm gonna challenge you, brothers. I'm gonna challenge you, brothers, to make this digestible. If you're coming home and you're talking to your wife about protocol and how she has to shake hands and she has to introduce herself like "old lady" for that kind of stuff, bro, you're gonna lose her. But if you come home and you talk to your wife about the wins, even though they're small wins, hey, I had a good conversation about God with so and so, and I have a conversation, hey, so and so asked for prayer. She's going to be more interested. She's gonna see the side of it. Don't show her the MC side of it. Don't show her the motorcycle part of it. Show her the ministry side of it, because she won't have to get the MC side of it. Come home and talk to her, invite her. Do not invite her for the first time to clubhouse that were are not super friendly and you don't see other ladies in there. We have the blessing in Miami that the clubhouse are amazing, and the clubs in here are pretty lady, friendly with the ladies, and they're a lot of brothers bring their ladies. So try to find that. Try to find something that feels like family. Don't bring it to the to the street club night. Don't bring it to. Don't do that. Don't be stupid. Just I mean, you shouldn't go there to
I
that
would
either.
I would hope
Um,
not. I would
yeah.
I hope you wouldn't be going there.
Well,
I know
yeah.
you guys I
Wait,
know you guys don't partake.
we not all the time. Anyhow, uh, but don't bring your wife around to that kind of stuff. Bring her to environments that are. The idea is to easier her out into the culture rather than having a culture shock because she's gonna say, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. So do that. Ander, how do you socialize this to the
Listen,
wife?
so none of this happens overnight. When you are considering joining an organization, there's always a period of intake. If you're hanging around or you're prospecting or in our organization, you do mentorship. You hang around and then you do a mentorship. We aspire to include wives in mentorship lessons. It doesn't matter that they're not going to be a part of the ministry, but we highly recommend and we encourage. Yeah, no, you know what? Let's sit her down. Let's have that opportunity. I remember that you used to that when you were doing mentorship. The reason is because they see the why behind the why of what we're doing. If you don't do that, if you didn't do that in that process, in that moment, not a problem. Like you said, share the wins. Listen, there's something about a testimony, right? And that's what
Oh,
you're talking about. When you say share a win, that's what we call in church a testimony. And we share them all the time. We call them praise reports, right? So if you had an opportunity to pray for somebody, I can guarantee that you're going to be high with excitement and happy. You're going to be happy. You're going to be super excited about it. Share that with your wife. Let them know. Have them. Hey, babe, you know what? We had such a great
amazing way.
opportunity. We met somebody, we did this, we did that. They weren't there, but listen, if we don't, this is about growing somebody's faith. And and you may think, well, growing their faith, yes, because it's faith in what you're doing. They have to believe that what you're doing is for good. There's a benefit. There's a win behind all the time invested, behind the time that you are
Right.
investing in the
Jesus.
ministry. There's a win, but that win is only possible for them to taste it when you share it. It's like, man, listen, you go out to eat and you have a piece of cheesecake that is phenomenal. I don't like that stuff. But you have something that's so good that you buy a piece and you bring it home. You said, babe, I had this and I wanted you to taste it. She will love you for it, not only because it's tasty and it's sweet and it's all that, but the thought that you had to make her a part of your experience. So definitely think about it, include her in those testimonies, and listen, her faith will grow by the words of your testimony, by the words of your praise reports. And she will see this as what it is. If it's a ministry or if it's a club that maximizes every opportunity to advance the kingdom, she's going to know that every time you're suiting up, you're looking for that divine appointment. And maybe, or more than likely, she's going to be every time you're suiting up, she's not only praying for you to come home safe, but she's going to be praying for you to come home with another praise report. And that is when you know that you have done your part to make her a part of what you are doing. That would be my challenge, my encouragement.
Can I follow up with something, buddy?
Yeah, by all means.
When you were saying all that, bro, it's so fire because if you cannot sell this to your own wife,
Mm,
it's time to review. You either need to review your organization or you have to review the part that you're playing in your organization.
yeah.
If you're not amounting wins for some reason, you're not being that intentional in serving God. You're not being. And by the way, wins could be. By the way, this could be. Let's flip the page a little bit. Let's talk about regular, secular, motorcycle club. The same guy that I was talking with about that motorcycle club, we were just discussing something else, and I said, "Man, I tell my guys this is something that I said to him. I made the statement. Now, when the club is no longer making you better, it's your time to step out of the club. It's
Mm,
your time to find new horizons, new avenues. Because we joined this to make ourselves better." And he said, absolutely. When the club is not making you better, you need to find something else. And because when the club is not making you better, you're gonna start making everybody else worse. And that's what happened. So sometimes we don't share wins because we don't have a win to share, but it has nothing to do with the club. As it might be you, buddy. So
yes,
and
yes.
you don't approach this thing to your wife because rather than pride, you feel a little bit of shame. You don't like the person that you are when you are in the club. Um, and I get it. I get it. I understand it. I'm not trying to shame you, but listen, flipping the page once again. You ladies, you guys are important. I want to talk to all the ladies. I want to talk to all the sisters out there. You guys are important and we need you. If you have a husband that is serving, you have a husband that you know has a good heart. You have a husband that you know is a good dude. Don't see the club as the enemy. Don't participate with it. Don't hate. Participate. Twinkle twinkle, baby.
Twinkle, twinkle, baby.
Twinkle twinkle.
Yes.
Bonus points is you
If you know what
comment
it
with
is, drop it in the comment. Drop it.
drop in
Twinkle,
the
twinkle, baby.
comment. Twinkle twinkle, baby. You know what movie it is. Anyhow, but don't hate. Be part of it. Become part of it. If you have a good husband at home, the guy's doing, and now he wants to ride with an organization. Let him. Please, for the love of God, it's gonna be good to you. I mean, talk to my wife. She's gonna tell you like, exactly the same. Let him. Don't. This is not. He's not going out with another lady. He's not going. This is not. Let him be part of it. I encourage you to be part of it. I encourage you to pray for him, to be as active as you can be. If he invites you, it's a big deal when he says, "Hey, I'm opening the door for you to something that to me is sacred. I'm opening that door. Jump on it. See what is inside. Look inside. You have been invited. They gave you the keys. Go inside. Take advantage of it and be with your man. Be part of it if you can, as much as you can. In my case, we still have, you know, when I was part of Black Sheep, I have a small kid, so we couldn't she couldn't participate in anything. I mean, we have responsibility with the kids. They're still live with us. Um, so we have certain responsibility, but man, it is important for you guys. We need you guys. We truly need you, ladies. We need you. We need for you to pray for us. We need for you to keep us accountable when we're saying. We need for we need for you to tell us that we need to put gas on the bike sometimes, man. We need for you to pray to be there when comes a lady and we need to pray for the lady. We don't want to pray for them. We want for you to pray for them. We will support you, but we don't want to go through the awkwardness of praying for an old lady. That's awkward. So we truly need you guys. We really need you guys.
Yeah.
And
You know that they say that behind every great man is a woman. And that's what we're talking about. You know, if you want your man to be better, if you want him to be bigger and stronger for your family, then you have to support him and pray for him. That is huge. And again, right? I think we've all had that great opportunity. I remember when my wife went with me to her first gathering. It was such a blessing. You know, I can't tell you how many people really told me what they felt in their hearts, and it was that I had married up. They were surprised, man. You got this? Why? How did you trap her? So,
she's
but
been
in all
kidnapped.
truth, and yeah, exactly. What did you? How did you? But the truth is that when you bring them in, and they have that great opportunity and they will now be able to support you in prayer and help you and be that that ideal helper that
The
the
suitable
Lord
helper. Yes,
meant for us
absolutely.
to have.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
ladies, we need you. It's not a fact. It's not a matter of it would be nice. It's that I need my wife. I need my wife for when I go
Yep,
on a ride. I need to know that she's praying for me. I need to be able to go to bed and know that even though we're apart, we are together in spirit because we are in agreement that what I am doing is for kingdom advancement.
absolutely.
And while I'm gone, we are in agreement because I'm praying that the Lord is going to keep my family safe.
Amen.
So it's all about being on that same page
Amen.
in prayer and in our hearts and in spirit. So, ladies, of course, yes, we need you. We require that, and please don't lose that opportunity. Don't miss out on that blessing. Don't miss out on that blessing to be your husband's number one supporter in his efforts.
Absolutely. Guys, there you have it. This is the episode for today, guys. We 53 minutes now. So we just wanted to encourage you, brothers, a full patch, you know, just make your family part of it. And ladies, be part of it too. And if you happen to be one of the kids listening to this by any chance, which I doubt, and please don't listen to it anymore, talk to your parents about it. Because sometimes it's not that PG-13. Man, it's a beautiful thing for you guys to join and do this as a family. Make it a family affair. I know God
Yes.
is gonna be extremely pleased. I know so.
Yeah.
Any last comments, buddy?
No, listen, man, take advantage of every opportunity. We sometimes make the mistake of thinking that the next time, the next time, the next time, the next time. You never know when your next time is going to be. We're not promised tomorrow. So every opportunity that we have to bring them into our world, to bring them into our circle, to be make them a part of our lives and what's important, that is golden. And you don't want
Amen.
to leave it for the next. Our hobby is extremely dangerous. It's one of the very few hobbies that if you make a mistake, you may end up losing your life. So while you are around, bring them around, make them a part of it. And I promise you, you will not regret it. And I would love to hear from our listeners, for those that maybe have been doing it, drop in the comments. Let us know how it's helped you in your endeavors. And for those that haven't, let's bring it in and let's let people know, hey man, you know what? I've been lacking. I'm gonna give it a try. And then come back and say, you know what? We tried it, we're doing much better. I would love to hear that. And that would
That will be
so
epic, Tim.
much feed our faith and just really help us grow. So please, if you're listening to this and if you know of somebody that needs to hear this, please share with them this content and let's make it real. Let's do it. Make it a practice in our everyday business in our organizations. All right.
Sounds good. Well, guys,
That's
there
it,
you
brother.
have it. This is it. Like and subscribe, guys. See you in the next one.
Yes, sir. Be good. Be blessed.